Welcome back. The Netherlands are coping with naturally occurring floods in a much more submissive manner, designing homes that can literally go with the flow. Check out the latest in flood-proof homes in tonight's Science, Technology and Health segment.
In the wake of the 1995 flood, the Dutch government looked for solutions. Among them was a radical idea of living with nature, not fighting it. One proposal was to develop houses that could truly go with the flow. Although it weighs more than 100 tons, it can float like a ship. Beneath the house is a hollow hull. The foundation is made from polystyrene encased in concrete.
So we are here in the basement, and this is a watertight concrete structure, about 90 tons. And this structure, in fact, provides the buoyancy, and which result that the whole structure will start to float.
The foundation of the house Chris developed isn't sunk into bedrock. It just rests on the ground.
And you see here the floating constructions, the concrete pontoons. And as soon as the flood has come up to this level, it's about 10 feet, the whole structure started to float. I'm convinced that this type of dwellings will, on the longer term, provide an important solution for our next generations to survive floods and to protect lives and damage to their properties.
So, if the river floods, the rising water will lift the entire house like a cork.
So all this rampant flooding, is it the weather? Is it the lack of preparedness on the part of the government? Or are we too to be blamed? Well, here's Jomo Williams with his comments.
So yesterday, as was the story the day before, and every day since the beginning of the rainy season, and every day of every rainy season that our country has experienced for about the past 40 years, parts of our country were underwater. Citizens in low-lying areas were yet again forced to abandon their homes or to look on in horror as their furniture, their appliances, in essence their lives, succumbed to the raging floodwaters. As the rains came to a halt and the water started to subside, residents came out in their numbers, some calling on the government to relocate them, others clamoring to be reimbursed for their losses, but the majority of them calling on the government to do something about the drains and by extension, the flooding. Now, while the government is mandated to put in place the necessary infrastructures such as proper drainage and so forth, I for one think it's about time we stop looking to them to fix the problems that we have created. Now, don't get me wrong, I empathize with the flood victims, but it is about time we as Trinbagonians begin to take responsibility for our own actions. We caused the problems and then look to the government to fix them. The fact of the matter is, the government did not send us to live on the banks of rivers. The government did not send us to slash and burn the hillsides, leaving them bare. It is not the government who wantonly discard plastic bottles and old appliances in waterways. We as a people have become the bane of our own existence, and until we do something about it, we will continue to see the results we are seeing. I mean, if you live in an area prone to flooding, why would you have your appliances and such located in such a way that as soon as the waters begin to rise, they are damaged? Yes, there are people who are actually in positions not of their own making, who have had their situations changed by forces beyond their control. Yet, if we would all cease the practices that destroy our natural landscape, it would be a lot easier for us to maintain a certain sense of security during these times. This is Jomo Williams for WENEWS.
And now here's a closer look at what's going on in your community.
The National Drama Association of Trinidad and Tobago, NDAT, stages their 2009 Classic Awards at Queen's Hall, St. Anne's, tonight at 7:30 p.m. The Government Pensioners Association will be hosting their monthly meeting on August the 5th at the Transport and Industrial Workers Union building, 114 Eastern Main Road, Laventille. Time 2 p.m. The Diabetes Association of Trinidad and Tobago will be hosting their annual camp for children with diabetes between the ages of 7 to 18. From August 5th till August 8th at the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine. For further information, call 672-0864 or 672-2379. Febo Government Primary will be hosting a meeting for past pupils to discuss the school's 50th anniversary on August the 7th at the school compound at 4 p.m.
That's all we have for you tonight. Thanks for joining us. And remember, we're always looking out for your news and events. Email us, wenews@guiletv.com, or you can give us a call, 628-1011. See you tomorrow. I'm Cindy F. Daniel. Thanks for watching We News on Guile the channel. Good night.